Alright, today's project, I'm going to be building a Meshtastic node out of a Raspberry Pi, a PoE hat, and a LoRa hat. We're going to build a Raspberry Pi. This one is to go up on a tower outside of my house. We're going to start out putting everything together, just dry fitting it. I'm going to use the calipers to figure out the spacing. I have a pack of standoffs here. We'll get the measurements, we'll get the standoffs in place, then I'll bring a case over, we'll drill it out, and we'll get everything mounted. But the idea is for it to be all self-contained, powered over PoE, and it'll be about 80 feet up on a tower here at the house. Alright, so let's get started. First things first, we'll get the PoE hat mounted. It's going to be awkward trying to do this on camera without being able to get down and see everything. Looks like I'm set. Alright, let me get that measurement. I'm going to use this digital caliper. Some people call them micrometers. Doesn't matter what you call it. We're going to zero it. I'm going to try to level this thing out and then measure. Looks like 15.9, so it's probably not level, it's probably right at 15. So we'll get the 15 standoffs. See if I can get the standoff in there without pulling the whole entire hat off of here. Two of them. This is the LoRa hat from Waveshare. The PoE hat is also from Waveshare. We'll get this guy on. There's 4 mounting holes here. But the way it'll actually line up on the Pi, you can see there's no mounting holes here. So when I put this one on, I'll put 2 standoffs at these locations, but the front of the board will just kind of be anchored from those standoffs, but I will not have 4. Back to trying to do this on camera so I can barely see it. Looks like we're lined up. Okay, so this hat, the holes go all the way through. So we actually have a little bit of play. So when we measure this out, we can adjust a little bit. Try to do it where it's on the screen. So it's 6.1, but as you can see, I've got plenty of room right here to push the hat further on, so it's probably a 5mm. All right, I'm going to try to do the same thing, not pull it all the way off, just because it's such a pain to get back on the camera. So just trying to ease this out a little bit. I actually changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and pull it all the way out because these standoffs will screw into the other standoffs, and it'll be easier if I could get my fingers in there. So all I'm doing is trying to stop this one at the bottom from spinning. I'll get this one started, and then I'll sandwich them together a little bit. Of course, no video is complete without dropping your materials, right? Or, you know, if you're an overachiever, you drop them a couple times. Okay. Okay, this side over here, since this hat isn't long enough to reach over here, we'll just go ahead and put screws in those. All right, lining that header back up. Okay, lined up this way, lined up that way. Squeeze it into place. All right, get a couple screws in there. I think this time I'm going to be smart and do it this way. All right, so at this point, we've got a PoE hat. Plug an Ethernet cable into this port right here on the Raspberry Pi. This board right here with the fan will take the power from that Ethernet port and send it down these headers. I forget which one specifically, but send it down these headers to power the board, power the Pi, but also set it up the headers to power the hat on top. This is the LoRa hat. Let's see if I can get this in on the camera. But there's two spots, one right here and one right here. One is for a GPS antenna and one is for a LoRa antenna. So long range antenna, GPS antenna. We'll add those when we put it in the case.